Okay, so welcome to Rick and Tim's Great Adventures, and today, after we have ourselves a good breakfast of bagel eggs from our chickens, and okay, not from our chickens, but we do have chickens, and they will be coming pretty soon. But anyway,
Sharon made him tell the truth.
we do have venison sausage on our bagels, and once we have a good breakfast, we're going to be heading up into the woods to place
We have cheese from our cow's milk that Sharon churned.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go up and set stands today up on our favorite mountain. So stick with us, and we'll show you some of the spots that we're going to select, and as we look around and try to find some nice trails. So we'll see you in a little bit. So one of the places we have a couple stands set up, we have an old apple orchard behind the house, and last year we had a frost late, so we lost all of our apples, but this year the trees are loaded. So this is one of our food plots, and we've planted clover in here, and some oats which haven't come up yet, and tubular turnips. They haven't come up yet, but the clover's doing well. Now another YouTube channel that we subscribe to is Bow Hunt or Die, and they were explaining on there that once the clover come to flower, you need to mow it, and after you mow it, the clover comes up fresh and tender and green, and that's what the deer like. So we did mow our clover down, and when it started coming back up, sure enough, we started seeing more and more deer back here in the field eating the clover. So that was good advice by Bow Hunt or Die. This is one area that we checked to see how many deer are coming into the food. It rained last night, so sometime this morning it looks like we've had a couple of deer come through. There's deer tracks right here. So that means that they were in here sometime between the time it rained and this morning before we got up. Is that a buck standing down there? Sure looks like it. I had to go over to Tim's to find out what's taking so long. He is dragging ass this morning. One of our stands right there. You got a light on. So what we have here is we have a little valley. Comes out of the swamp right there. What's unique about this little valley is there's a mountain straight ahead of me, this direction. And what happens is this little valley leads up into the center of the mountain. Now, when you get on top of the mountain, there's actually a bowl in it. The mountain has a bowl in between. Well, it's kind of like on top, and the deer love to lay along the sides of it because it's thick and it's brushy, like you can see right here ahead of us. So this was a productive spot last year. We saw lots of deer, but the problem was I had my stand in that tree right there, and as the deer came out of the swamp right there, they looked straight at me.
Saw your fat ass in the tree.
Yeah, saw my butt in the tree and ran. And when they came from that direction, same thing. So we were thinking about putting the stand up in this direction here on top of this ridge, kind of hidden from their sight, and give it a try again this year. I think my stand's going to go in this tree right here. Tim is on the deer runway down there. And we have another runway. This is a swamp. And this is a ridge line. It looks like we have another runway running right just over the edge of this ridge. So I can get high enough in that tree right there to be able to see back this way And down in the valley, I do believe it'll be a pretty good place to set. All right, let's get the stand up and we'll see what it looks like.
So, stand number 1 going up. And instead of Rick using the ladder, he said, oh, just climb it. Because I feel so young today. So, and there he goes. Up the tree. He's probably about 15 feet. He's going up pretty quick.
Okay, so this is the view from my stand. That's the valley. That's the valley right there. And then the ridge is right there, real close. And a couple little tree limbs have to be moved, but I can get a perfect shot on both runways. I think this is going to be a good place. So we're in the valley floor again. And I'm going to sweep by my stand, see if you can see it. I think it's in a really good spot. Did you see it? Oh. That we call candy wrapper. It's got a lot of acorn trees, or oak trees if you want to call them that. And we got another swamp over here which the deer like to come out of to feed on these. We call this candy wrapper because in the past somebody was sitting here eating a candy bar and they left a candy wrapper on the ground. So Butterfingers.
And over there is Bush Ridge.
So they left a candy wrapper behind, a Butterfingers candy wrapper, so therefore we call this candy wrapper. Alright, so we're going to search and see what we can find. Stick with us.
Oh, there's Rick going up a tree, but not without great deal of pain. I bet your chest is on fire, isn't it, Bubba?
Look at my shirt.
Yeah, he being a jerk, stinging the shit out of him. He swatted him out, thought he was out, and he flew back in there and stung him a couple more times.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
3 times a stinger. So, he elected to go up the tree instead of staying down here. I'm manning it up with the bees.
That bee's an asshole, he's dead. You like that? Yeah, I think it's going to be a good spot.
A little thick right here, though.
Yeah, but the leaves will be gone by the time you start hunting.
If they're not leaves, they're evergreen.
Whatever.
You know what?
What?
It'd just be this one little tree here and they take out. Right?
Well, we could trim later. We ain't got on the trim one now.
No, I didn't say trim.
So we only got 2 stands hung today. We got one hung in this place that I know of, and then there was another place that I thought would be a good spot, so we had to go check it out. And of course, took a few minutes to find a tree and just the right spot to put the stand, but we did get 2 good places. We know where our 3rd stand's going to go, and then we have to find another spot for the 4th stand. So we're going to hang 2 more stands on another day. We got into bees today, and I got into bees today, and they got in my shirt, and I couldn't get them out of my shirt fast enough, so I kind of like tugged and pulled and screamed, and we got them out. Quite a dance. But anyway, we'll film the next time we go out and put stands up and show you the areas we're in. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one.